We are two Texans from Houston, born and raised, but we are about to move up to Oregon in the Portland area. When we tell people that, we get a lot of, why? So in this video, we're going to tell you why. We're going to tell you the things we are most looking forward to, most excited about, as well as some things we're not so excited about. So stay tuned. Hi YouTube, Autumn Beckman here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about luxury living on a budget, from high-end luxury handbags and small goods to the everyday luxuries of life. If that sounds interesting to you, please make sure you subscribe, click the bell notification icon to be notified when I post new videos, and be sure to like the videos that you enjoy. And one of the perks of subscribing to my channel is you get to see my community post on your YouTube homepage where I post deals, discount codes, sales, and rare finds related to these beautiful things we love. Oh, and this is Paul.
Hello, everyone.
And he's my husband. So we're going to start with the things that I'm looking forward to, and then the things he's looking forward to, and then the things I'm not looking forward to, and then the things he's not looking forward to.
Should be fun.
Got it? Well, first, we also recently did a video about why we're leaving Houston and things that we'll miss and won't miss. So some of that ties in here, but it won't be super repetitive. However, this first one is a bit repetitive. It's the weather. Now, a lot of people, when I have done research on Oregon or watched videos about reasons not to move to Oregon, weather is at the top of the list as being a concern because it rains a lot there, especially when in the part of Oregon where we're going to be.
Yes, we hear that. We hear that a lot.
I've heard that you get maybe 2 or 3 months of kind of normal sunny weather and warmth, and then the rest of the year tends to be cooler and rainy, but it's like a constant drizzly rain, and you don't get the big thunderstorms, which we've had a few of those here lately. I love those.
Yes.
I've been trying to soak them in because I feel like I'll miss those. Should have put that on the things I'll miss about Houston list.
Right.
Oh well. But here's the thing about that rainy, drizzly, cloudy, constant weather. That's my favorite weather, and I am so looking forward to being in that, especially with it being cooler and being bundled up, and I can't wait. I'm gonna love it. Another thing I am very much looking forward to about Oregon, and this is probably the main reason that we're moving there, is the landscapes. We're both photographers, and Paul in particular is the landscape and nature photographer. I've gotten more into that over the years. But in Houston, we talked about this in our Houston video, there's not much around here. To get to a different landscape or something that we're interested in photographing that we haven't already photographed, you have to drive for hours and hours. You might even have to go to a different state sometimes. Whereas in the Portland area, you have every kind of landscape at your fingertips within maybe 2 hours. You've got the incredible Oregon coast, which is the reason I fell in love with Oregon. And you've got mountains, volcanoes, you've got hills, you've got desert on the other side of the mountains, you've got rainforest, you have waterfalls, you have rivers, you have just all kinds of things.
Yes.
That we're going to have so much fun exploring and also photographing. And along those lines, another thing I'm looking forward to is taking the animals on those adventures. The dogs are going to love it so much. Baron will not love the rain, but I'm going to get him a really nice raincoat, and hopefully that'll help. He may need rain boots too because he doesn't like getting his feet wet. But we'll see. He may just have to man up.
He's going to have to man up.
Or dog up.
Baron, he's down there. You're going to have to man up.
He's going to have to dog up. I like that term better. You're a dog, Baron. Act like one. We're also going to be, hopefully, taking Vincent on some of those adventures so she's not stuck at home. I've recently purchased a bird backpack that has a perch, and if that works well for her, then she'll be coming along on some of our hikes too. Another thing really looking forward to is the wineries. We're going to be very close to the Willamette Valley wine country area. They have over 700 wineries, we've heard, and we've already visited a couple. They're amazing. They're known for their Pinot Noir, which is one of my favorite varietals. We are so looking forward to that. Another thing I'm looking forward to, although I'm a little anxious about it too, is whatever my new career is going to be. I just recently quit teaching after 12 years. I do not want to be a teacher again, at least not in that traditional classroom kind of environment with grade school. I don't know what is next for me. I have a few ideas of things that I'm interested in pursuing, but I don't know what I'll end up doing. And whatever it is, I know that it's going to be something that I'm really interested in and excited about, because those are the only jobs I'm looking at. I'm very fortunate to be in a position right now where I can be very selective about what I want to do next, and I have the ability to take some time to figure that out and to find the right position for me. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
I'm also looking forward to the time in between where we get to move and explore and have fun before I'm stuck in another job. But I'm gonna be doing YouTube as my full-time job until then. That in addition to looking for a job, which is also a full-time job. So I'm looking forward to our new apartment, even though it is smaller.
It's about a third of the size of the current apartment.
Two-thirds.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has some features that our current apartment doesn't have, which we talked about in that video, so I can link it below. But a porch at ground level, as well as a balcony that's elevated because we're on a hill, so it just works out that way. I also forgot to mention in that video that we're only one building away from the dog run. We're on a huge property that this complex is on, and we happen to be very close to the dog run, which Roxy is going to love. She loves being off leash in grass and being able to run around.
She's going to go crazy.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to having a fire pit on our porch and sitting out there on chilly nights bundled up with the fire and maybe doing s'mores. And I'm looking forward to Paul grilling us dinner every night, since we're going to have a grill now.
Every night, huh?
That's what we discussed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also looking forward to the neighborhood that we're going to be in, because it's beautiful. There's lots to do, and there's a state park next to us, and they also have another park. You don't know this, right down the street from our neighborhood. That's a big dog park outdoors. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the possibility of actually buying a property in the next few years. So once I get the right job and I'm able to start putting money back for that, I have found I don't want to buy a house. We've talked about this, and I've talked to some of you guys about this. I don't want to buy a house because of all the maintenance involved, but I am interested in potentially buying a condo in a building where somebody else is doing the maintenance, but I have a space that is permanently mine. Because I'm thinking, we've talked about this too, I'm thinking about my future and securing some things and getting some things settled, and I think it's important because at some point, likely, it'll just be me and the animals. I think it's important for me to have a home that I don't have to worry about financially. Those are the things I'm most looking forward to. How about you?
Oh, I have a few things. Again, I've spoken about this before. I'm looking forward to people driving the speed limit in Portland, which I've seen on our trips up there. I mean, to the point where I've said to Autumn, we're in the car, and I said, my God, these people, it's the speed limit 60 miles an hour, and everybody's doing 60 or maybe 65, and there's nobody weaving in and out or trying to get an exit, at the last second. I've seen police there, policing the speed limits, and it's just amazing. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have in another video I'm talking about things I won't miss about Houston, and it's the civility of the drivers in Portland that has really struck me, and I'm serious about that.
They're more polite there too.
Yes.
If you have your blinker on, they let you in, or if you're waiting to turn into traffic, they'll stop and let you turn in front of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've seen it
Not
enough. I've seen it enough to really say that. It's not just like once or twice where, well, maybe it's this way. I've really noticed that. I'm looking forward to that. Oh gosh, number 2, photography landscapes. Again, those of you that know Oregon or live in Oregon, you know what I'm going to say. East of the Cascades, all of that, the high desert and the painted desert area that they have out there. The proximity to Canada and in the states above us, Washington, down below, California, Idaho to the east. I've never been to these places, and I'm really, really looking forward to that as a photographer and as just, a traveler, an explorer. Winter scenes. Again, all my life I've told people that I wanted to live in some northern state for one winter so that I could photograph snow. Now I think I'm gonna have my chance, unless global warming just shuts everything down with snow. But I'm looking forward to photographing some winter landscapes because I haven't been able to do that.
That's one of the things that has been a problem for us ever since I've been a teacher, which is the whole time we've been together.
Right.
Paul always wants to go shoot fall foliage up north somewhere. And because of teaching schedules, I'm never available to just take off work and go do that. In Oregon, I won't have to take off work. We'll be there. And we can go out on a weekend and to shoot it,
What a concept.
Yeah.
So yeah, the winter scenes, really looking forward to that. And then sort of in sync with the photography thing, I belong to a couple of photography groups here in Houston. I'm really, really looking forward to joining some groups, not only to make new friends and acquaintances and, progress my photography, but just to be up there enjoying photo clubs in that kind of environment. I'm really looking forward to that. Just like Autumn, we're both into wines. We have a fairly nice established wine industry in Texas, and it's grown over the years. We've seen that. It's become quite respectable. But again, a new area, a new place, the Pinot Noir, which is this iconic grape that we want to explore more. Really looking forward to that. As she mentioned, the Willamette Valley with 700 plus wineries. Can't wait. The cuisines, looking forward to that. Now, Houston is known as a very diverse city for food. You can come to Houston and find restaurants everywhere of every cuisine you can think of, and some of them are very good. I don't know if I'm jaded or I just, I'm really looking forward to the cuisine, whatever that may be, in Oregon. I'm looking to more seafood, more ways to cook seafood.
Yeah, okay,
Crab.
I need to ask you guys something in regards to that then. So, yeah, Houston has an amazing food scene. Houston's one of the most diverse cities in America, and we have people from all over the world here, and because of that, we have like every cuisine you can think of. We have heard that Portland has incredible food too, so we're looking forward to that. We've had some of it. We've had some great food there. We need to know from you guys who are familiar with the Portland area where the best Mexican restaurants are, where the best barbecue is. That's for him. And we need to know the best seafood. And for me, here's what I look for in seafood. I'm looking for grilled fish. And I find it very difficult to find that.
It's always fried.
Yeah, it's always fried. And even on the coast, you'd think that would be so easy to find, a no-brainer. But it's always fried. And it's so frustrating. Like, if you're on the coast or very near the coast, like Portland is, why can't I find some fantastic grilled fish? Just a simple, like olive oil, salt and pepper.
Seared or grilled, yes.
Butter, lemon, whatever. Yes, seared would be fine too, but I don't want it sauteed. I don't want it fried. I want grilled fish, just something really pure. Why is that so hard? Let me know if you know of any place.
Right. We'd love to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, and Cajun food, if you know of any Cajun food up there.
Yes, Cajun food. Sales tax. Texas does not have a state income tax, which is a plus, but we have sales tax. When you think about every single thing that you buy has a sales tax added to it, you don't think about it until you're away from it. And so we're looking forward to, or at least I'm looking forward to, a state where there is no sales tax. Now, granted, it has a state income tax, and that's the future. We're going to discover if one balances the other. But I am looking forward to be able to go into a store or buy a vehicle or something and not have hundreds of dollars of sales tax added. Yeah. And again, if there's something that we don't understand or we don't know about, let us know. Again, this is all in the future for us. And a lot of the things we're talking about, we really don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Right. Moving along, it's a dog-friendly state, and this is huge for both of us. We're both very, very much dog people. We have 2 dogs, and we found that Oregon is just, I joke that Oregon seems to have more dogs than it has people. And everywhere you can go as a person, you can take your dog, it seems. So that's a real plus. Looking forward to that. Jazz clubs. I mentioned earlier that there only seems to be one jazz club in Houston, and it seems to be struggling. And I'm looking forward to the possibility of jazz clubs in Oregon. Once again, we ask anyone who can can enlighten us on that, to let us know about that, or let me know. I'm the one that's going to go to the jazz club.
I won't. All right, now let's talk about what I am not looking forward to in Oregon. This is a much shorter list. One is smaller closets in the apartment that we're going to be in, because if you're a regular watcher of my channel, you know I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of handbags. I have all kinds of things that I need storage space for, and here we're in an apartment that has giant walk-in closets, and we will not have that there. So that's something that we've had to be very conscious about downsizing and trying to figure out how to fit our stuff in spaces.
Just a comment. Her current closet, it's big enough to where I think it could be a college dorm room.
Pretty much,
It's
yeah.
so big.
You could definitely fit like a twin bed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And another thing that I don't have on my list here that I just thought about, and I see pros and cons to this, is in Oregon, we're not allowed legally to pump our own gas.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
a real trip.
Yeah, that's so strange. Now, I'm a little bit used to that because I lived in New York, and the same thing is in New Jersey. I didn't go there much, but I don't know if that's a pro or con. On one hand, we don't have to get out in the cold and the rain to do it, but on the other hand, I've heard sometimes you're sitting there waiting for the attendant because they have several cars that they're trying to help at once, and so it may take longer.
It was almost like a comedy scene in a movie when the first time that I encountered that. You know, I'm at a gas station and this guy's walking up to my car, tapping on my window because it's rolled up, and I'm irritated. What do you want? I just want to pump your gas.
Also, those of you who know, let us know, are you supposed to tip those guys?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Again,
Let us know. We don't know.
let us know.
The only other thing that I could think of that I'm not looking forward to is the state income tax. Now, Paul just talked about the sales tax. I think, despite what you may believe based on what you've seen on my channel, I really don't buy all that much. So I think that the state income tax is going to hit me harder than the no sales tax will. I don't know yet how that's going to affect my income. I've been looking at jobs that earn more than what I was making to account for that difference, because I may be making $10,000 more, but I end up bringing home the same amount that I did in my previous job.
And if you're taxed per your income, you know, it could be substantial.
Yeah. All right, that's my very short list of things I'm not looking forward to.
Things that I'm not looking forward to in Portland. Not very many, but here are a couple. Again, the higher cost of living.
I have to say something on this, but go ahead.
The higher cost of living. Again, this is just anecdotal. I haven't lived there to know this, but just people who, I'll tell people we're moving to Oregon, and usually the first thing out of their mouths is, well, you know, it costs so much to live up there. And I think it does. You know, overall, it depends on what you're looking at, you know, what scale you're looking at. But I do hear that it could be overall higher cost of living. Mm-hmm. So I guess I have to say I'm not looking forward to that, but it's not certainly a deal breaker. It's things that happen in life. Sometimes things cost less, sometimes things cost more. I've been talking a lot about driving in Houston versus Portland in that area, and we noticed in our couple of trips up there that it's so very different in the Portland area. Houston, those of you who don't know this city, it's a grid. Everything in Houston for the most part is straight, you know, straight line streets, right angles, you turn left, you turn right, whatever. And I was just flummoxed when I was up in Portland. I was doing most of the driving, and I told Autumn it's like if you're looking at it from a Google map down on Portland, it's a spaghetti bowl. Everything is just winding, serpentine
because it's hilly,
right?
So you have to go around the hills, yeah.
And you'll come around a curve, and there's a stop sign or something, and it's very disconcerting. But I know I'll get used to it. I'm sure I will. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot longer to get used to how to get places and be able to do it in your head instead of using a map, because it's not so straightforward. Yeah.
I missed so many turns when we were in Portland in that area because I was looking at the thing on the screen, and then I'm trying to look around at the lights, and I would miss exits, and now I'm on a freeway somewhere. The state income tax, again, not to beat a horse to death, that I'm not looking forward to that because we haven't had one in Texas. I don't know if it's a cause for fear or what, but I'll say mildly that I'm not looking forward to that. Now, as a retired person, I'm not going to have everything, all my income taxed. I understand that certain things are not taxed, like Social Security or whatever. Pensions, I'm not so sure about. Again, people can let us know what they know about that. I'm not looking forward to that possibility. Now, this alleged depressing weather in Oregon, which we hear so much about. Why are you moving to Oregon, Paul? It rains all the time up there, and it's cold, and it's miserable, and people are just, down and depressed. Well, we sure weren't depressed when we were there. You have to get used to things. I'm sure maybe we will be a little bit down for a while until we experience a little of that. She won't. But then whenever, here's the thing, whenever anybody has had that reaction, like, why do you want to move to Portland when it's rainy and miserable and cold? All I have to do is, have you ever been in Houston in August? Bam, drop the mic. And then my fifth one is the lack of barbecue, which I'm not looking forward to, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm anticipating that I'm not going to find a barbecue place 5 blocks away in any direction like I am in Houston. And some of it is just so wonderful. Texas barbecue is wonderful.
By the way, until we brainstormed for this video, I had no idea that barbecue was so important to him. No idea. We never go get barbecue, mostly because I just don't eat it very much.
Well, that's why we don't, because I want to go to a barbecue place and you say, I don't want to eat barbecue.
But then you were telling me that you go get it, like when I was at work, you'd go get it for lunch.
I sneak out all the time and get barbecue.
Who knew?
And eat it before I get home.
Yeah. I wanted to say something about the higher cost of living. So we talked in our video about finding our apartment.
Yeah.
That we were expecting to be paying more and to get less in return than what we have now. And that turned out not to be the case. We're getting less in terms of square footage, but we have other things that are making up for it.
Yeah.
Other advantages to that apartment and the location. The apartment we rented is actually less expensive than what we're paying here by a few $100s a month. So that's exciting. So we're going to be saving money on our living expenses there. And we've also heard that utilities are going to be lower, and our renter's insurance is going to be quite a bit lower.
And I think auto insurance is going to be less, because
Yeah.
I hear that Harris County here is one of the highest cost counties in the country for auto insurance.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, we're already doing well.
And all that money that we save, we can go out and buy wine and barbecue.
That's right. That's the plan. Now, I have noticed that the wineries are more expensive because we visited a few last time we were there. And like a tasting here, let's say you get 5 tastes of wine, is what, maybe
$15,
$20? Yeah. And up there it was closer to 50. Yeah. So that was a huge increase in the price. And then the wines tend to be more expensive too if you buy bottles. They're more like $50 plus, whereas here a lot of them are more around $20, maybe $30. There are some more expensive ones, but yeah. What we save in our apartment and our insurance, we will make up for in wine. Yes.
Right.
And travel, for sure.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.